Semi-final number 1, Man vs. Man, Winter 2019, hosted by Huntmania and Sampi. We have two amazing drivers that have worked themselves up to this point of the bracket. We have DexteR for Team THE from Germany against OmnipotZ, who is currently not having any team as far as I know, from France. So best of 3, point limit 7, and tennis mode enabled. Whoever wins this will be in the grand final, where the prize money will be guaranteed, because we have 200 euro for first and 100 for second place. The prize money sponsored by Sampi. First map that we will see today is gonna be Snoring Land, featuring Harney and Owen. So a duo map right here, with the current record being a 55-19 by Kappa. So a great map to kick it off with between these two drivers. And a moderately good time by DexteR in the warm-up, 55-30. That is a 10th behind the world record. Not too bad, not too bad. And we're gonna start. This guy. This guy. Round number 1, here we go. OmnipotZ versus DexteR. Very equal start right here by both drivers. They are inside of each other. OmnipotZ has to lift off a little bit. DexteR will pull away. Good choice by OmnipotZ though, because I think he would have hit the wall. So that was a wise decision by OmnipotZ. He's coming closer a little bit. He went a bit wider in the previous turn. Goes for that inside line. Very tight line by OmnipotZ, and he hits the wall. First point for DexteR. So that is going to be an easy task. Another warm-up round for DexteR. OmnipotZ is multiple seconds behind, so DexteR is not going to throw this one away. First point for the German driver against OmnipotZ in this very exciting matchup. Last corner coming up, and there he goes. Clocks in a safe time, 55.8. That is not really close to what he did in the warm-up, but yeah, he was safing it, which was the good decision. First point for DexteR, 1-0. OmnipotZ with a small lead, goes for a tighter line than DexteR. DexteR super close to the wall right there, but OmnipotZ still in the lead. And now, wow, a super close exit right there. Both players almost hitting the wall on the outside. That was really close. DexteR now with that inside line, but OmnipotZ should have a bit more speed right here. And as you can see, he is coming closer. Will he avoid the wall this time? Yes, he will, but DexteR will have the speed advantage and the tighter line over the blue part. DexteR in the lead, but OmnipotZ not even a 10th behind. On to the next blue part. OmnipotZ going very wide. He almost hit the decoration item on the left side. So that was really risky. Loses some time with that. DexteR will extend his lead. He is now 1600s ahead. Oh my god, DexteR. Almost jumping too far right onto the little ledge. Now the last corner coming up. This is some Monka-esque lines right here. But it will be DexteR that will take it with a good time. 55.545. OmnipotZ 0.2 behind. So good race right there. But OmnipotZ not fast enough. DexteR, second point, 2-0. Next round. OmnipotZ will probably hope for mistakes by DexteR, because DexteR seems to have the faster pace. So, let's see what's going to happen in that regard. OmnipotZ with a good start. DexteR with a bit more speed. Jumps very tight into this one. He actually uses the air to get some rotation going. To turn. Which is something that OmnipotZ does not really do. OmnipotZ went a bit wider. And here you can see that his line, his tighter line, is just not faster. And there goes DexteR with a full stop. Went too tight into the turn. And completely went into the wall. So OmnipotZ looking to take point number 1. 55.6. Good time by OmnipotZ. Small improvement to what he drove in the previous round. So OmnipotZ has the pace, and this is exactly what he's hoping for. Mistakes by the superior DexteR. This is what he needs. 2-1. First point for the Frenchie. Next round. Here we go. OmnipotZ drifting slightly tighter. We have DexteR, who is opting for a slightly different line. Really risky line by OmnipotZ, almost hitting the wall on the inside and on the outside. So that was some good stuff. DexteR has to lift off. He went a bit too wide into that one. DexteR finding himself a 10th behind. OmnipotZ with a pretty good margin, but that is very bad by OmnipotZ. He's going to lose quite some speed with that. DexteR closing in now, has a little bit more speed as well. Now we have this section. DexteR risking it for the biscuit right here. Coming in closer now, only 100 ahead. OmnipotZ now struggling. DexteR with the overtake. OmnipotZ with more speed, dropping onto the platform. This is neck and neck, jumping into the last couple of drifts right here. This is neck and neck right here. DexteR still having the advantage right here. OmnipotZ might have a little bit more speed. DexteR going very wide, but he's going to keep himself in front of his opponent. And we have a 0.6 and a 0.7, 400s apart. We have DexteR that takes the next point. Good race. That round has been decided in the very last bend. It is DexteR that takes it and goes up in a 3-0 lead. Next round. And DexteR with a lot of speed, creeping in closer to OmnipotZ, who's going for that tight line again. And here's the difference again. DexteR jumping, OmnipotZ going wide. And this time both end up with pretty much the same speed. DexteR got a tiny little bit more speed, but it doesn't really matter too much. OmnipotZ now with that inside line. DexteR with more speed over the blue part. DexteR extending his lead further and further. Oh, but DexteR going very wide. That was a good save though. OmnipotZ not able to catch up from this. DexteR is still holding strong right here. OmnipotZ trying to make something happen. He needs a banger of an ending now. Maybe hope for a mistake by DexteR. OmnipotZ now opting for that inside line. DexteR with more speed though, and that is not going to change. 0.4 and 0.5. Good stuff right there by the drivers. DexteR, however, keeps himself in front. Next point for the German, 4-1. Great racing. Here we go again into the next round. They are inside of each other. The lines are so similar this round. This is unbelievably close, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. OmnipotZ with that inside line again, losing the speed here. Whereas DexteR approaches a bit wider, maintains more speed. So DexteR with the 0.6 advantage right now. 600ths of a second, that is. And OmnipotZ almost hitting the forehead on the checkpoint. That was really close. OmnipotZ will have a bit more speed. Will come closer to DexteR again, but it's not enough to close in entirely yet. Little lag right here from the server. Thank you very much. DexteR still in the lead, but OmnipotZ with more speed. OmnipotZ might go for the overtake now in the last turn, but DexteR will keep himself in the front. And this is another close round. What is happening? 0.38 and 0.43 by the drivers. Insane. Great entertainment right here. But DexteR, again, keeping the nerves and keeps himself in front of his opponent. 5-1. Wow. And yeah, this is probably pretty devastating for OmnipotZ. He's doing really good, but it's just barely, like a hair, not enough to actually get the victory home. There goes that mistake by OmnipotZ. Hits the wall in that really risky section. His line is risky, and I was surprised that he was so close to the wall every single time. This time he didn't work. It didn't work out for him. So DexteR will have a very comfortable lead to work with. Oh, but DexteR making a mistake, ladies and gentlemen, and OmnipotZ coming in with more speed. OmnipotZ is taking advantage. What is this round? DexteR should have taken it safe, but he hit the checkpoint, I think that was. So DexteR giving a free gift, a free iPhone 7 to OmnipotZ. There you go. OmnipotZ winning with a 56.6. Unbelievable. second point for OmnipotZ. This is what he needs, the little motivation boost. Into the next round we go. Great line by DexteR, bit more speed than OmnipotZ. And yeah, OmnipotZ was a little scared right there. You could see that he was actually tapping the brake just a little bit inside of the turn, just to make sure that he's not going to hit the wall. So a little safety measure by OmnipotZ. But he's still in the race and waiting for potentially a mistake from DexteR to happen. And there it is! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. DexteR with the next mistake. And OmnipotZ says, merci beaucoup. I will take that point with pleasure. DexteR 1.6 seconds behind. OmnipotZ about to take the third point, and he's coming closer to DexteR again. Wow. Good time though by OmnipotZ, 55.6. There you go, 5-3. DexteR losing it. He has so much lead to work with, and yet he decides to risk. Which is something that reminds me of Massa. Anyway, here we go, 5-3. Going into the next one. Good start by OmnipotZ this time. Didn't chicken out too much in that section, so he will remain in the lead. But DexteR will carry a lot of speed through the straight right here, and you can see that it is even out again. And this is just a section that OmnipotZ is just not doing right. But he's still in the race though. Maybe DexteR's gonna make another mistake. Both getting very similar speed outcome. OmnipotZ a 10th behind roughly. DexteR going a bit tighter than OmnipotZ, but I don't think that is gonna change. DexteR very tight to that wall. Oh my days! He was inside of the game right there. But DexteR will remain in the lead, 55-51, and gets point number 6. And he will now be in map point. Have you seen the skid marks in the last turn? That was inside of the wall. So OmnipotZ now needs to win 3 rounds in a row to enforce tennis modes, which means that you need to win by 2 points in order to secure the victory on the map. And what a start by both drivers. OmnipotZ with that wider line again. DexteR with the same speed. Oh, DexteR this time actually not hitting his line that well. He has a bit more speed though. OmnipotZ tapping the brake another time right there. Will lose some speed. DexteR with more speed. DexteR with that really risky exit, but he pushes himself up to first place. DexteR now just a few hundreds ahead. OmnipotZ with low speed. DexteR dropping down onto the platform. 2 drifts remaining, and it looks like DexteR is gonna take it unless there is a blunder happening in the last corner. But it does not look like it. OmnipotZ pushing it right there in the last corner, but it's not enough. DexteR with a 0.4 and OmnipotZ with a 0.5. What a great first map that was. 7-3 in front, in favor of DexteR. The German for team THE wins map 1 over OmnipotZ. Next map will be Xenogenesis by ND Point. We have 1 warm-up as always for the drivers, and then we're live. Many mistakes being made in the warm-up though, have a look at that. They're all trying to acclimatize to the new map right here. And it's also just the warm-up. So, this is... Man, what is up with the lag on the server today? Holy moly, this is actually illegal. But yeah, this is map number 2, meaning that if OmnipotZ still wants to have a talk right in this competition, then he needs to win this map. He needs to win this map to enforce the decider. Otherwise, OmnipotZ will be out and DexteR will be moving on into the grand final. Map number 2, here we go. OmnipotZ versus DexteR, round 1. Oh, and DexteR with a terrible start into map 2. With a very early mistake already, lost 0.8 of a second. OmnipotZ will be very happy about that. Not the greatest of starts right here for DexteR. And he's not really able to catch up right here. OmnipotZ is on a pretty good pace, but that was a risky line right there. You saw the skid marks. They were on that little quarter pipe ramp thingy on the left side. DexteR has caught up 1/10, but there's only 10 seconds of track left. It's gonna be rather difficult to catch up 1/8 of a second unless OmnipotZ makes a mistake. The last finish jump can be tricky, but I don't think OmnipotZ is gonna throw that away, and he won't. He clocks in a 52.15, which is an okay time, but considering what DexteR can put into the asphalt here, that time is just not sufficient at all. First point for OmnipotZ. This time DexteR avoids the wall and we're up for a treat. Risky line already by DexteR, but he gets a lot of speed out of this and extends his lead bit by bit over his French opponent. Both going over that inside on the platform. The gap didn't really increase or decrease. It remains about the same. DexteR now with a kind of a wonky exit right there. So OmnipotZ might catch up a few hundreds, 2100s. Difference at the checkpoint. DexteR probably not going to throw that one away, even though he exits very wide. Oh my days, what a line by DexteR. That could have gone wrong, but it is enough. And we have two very good times. 51.7 and 51.8. That looks good. 1-1. Scores tied up on map 2. Round number 3, here we go. Ooh, OmnipotZ losing a lot of grip on that downhill. Drifted a bit too tight. And that is already going to be a 0.1 time loss. Another bump. Oh, DexteR, what a wide exit. How did DexteR survive that? Are you actually kidding me? DexteR couldn't have gone any closer to that wall. That was so close. But he remains in the lead by 0.3 of a second. Looks good for DexteR once again. Probably going to be a solid time. OmnipotZ hits the wall and retires. 51.7 by DexteR. Great, great round. And he will go up in the lead. 2-1 on map number 2. Next round coming up right here. It is DexteR with a slight advantage, but OmnipotZ is lurking in the shadows. He is right at his tail. And what a great turn by OmnipotZ. He was so tight and yet didn't lose grip, so that was really good by OmnipotZ. Neck and neck right here. OmnipotZ really risking it over that inside platform edge. Taps the brake another time. Wasn't quite sure if he's going to make it, which is good. Better safe than sorry. So OmnipotZ 0.18 behind right now. DexteR is on a good time once again. However, lost some speed here. OmnipotZ is closing in, but this is, again, not enough for OmnipotZ. He needs a really, really good ending right here. Is he going to get that good ending? DexteR with a little bit less speed. OmnipotZ has to risk it for the faster finish, and he gets it! 51.97, and DexteR with a 99. OmnipotZ was giving it all to hit the finish line as early as possible, and he does so. Ties out the score 2-2. Unbelievable effort by OmnipotZ. This is legit. OmnipotZ gets that round. Oh, early mistake by OmnipotZ this time. And the next one. Ay. That is not looking all too good for OmnipotZ. He was getting a bit too excited about that previous round. So that's an easy clapper for DexteR, who is 2 seconds plus ahead. Ay. DexteR with that mistake. OmnipotZ is coming closer, but this is not going to play a crucial role. OmnipotZ gained more than half a second, never mind. And DexteR clocks in a rather slow time of 52.7, which is sufficient to win. And he goes back into the lead. 3-2 for DexteR. This time OmnipotZ with a really clean start. Outruns DexteR, but clips that little edge on that platform. I actually want to have a look at what exactly causes that. I think it is this little edge that is really buggy. Or really bumpy, rather. So want to make sure that you don't clip that one too hard. But going into the round, it is actually OmnipotZ that finds himself into the lead. 2200s ahead of DexteR. So it might actually be a round for our French hero right here. Will OmnipotZ take this one home and tie up the score again? Looking good for OmnipotZ. Last jump remaining. Gonna be a good time as well. Yeah, 51.738. That is a good time by OmnipotZ. And it is tied up again. 3-3. This is so balanced. I love this. Nothing's decided yet. Ooh, what a line by OmnipotZ. He was so close to the outside wall there. But he survives and keeps himself 300s ahead of DexteR. Jumping onto the platform, both landing really early. Almost identical lines right here. Very, very similar. 6,000s at the previously passed checkpoint. DexteR almost inside of the wall, but maintains a lot of speed over the grass and will temporarily go up in the lead. But OmnipotZ shouldn't be counted out this round yet. Very close rounds. Once again, look at that. The lines are so similar, but DexteR in the lead right now. DexteR going for a lot of speed right here. Goes very wide. OmnipotZ with more, with that inside line, but it won't be enough right here. DexteR with an 82 and OmnipotZ with an 89. That was another great race. OmnipotZ could have maybe had it with some more precision at the end, but it wasn't quite enough. So DexteR will get his 4th point. Damn, what a great matchup. Of course, keep in mind OmnipotZ needs to win this map. Otherwise, he's going to be out of the competition. So this is do or die. And I think he knows that. Let's follow on OmnipotZ. Oh, good stuff by OmnipotZ. He's creeping in closer. Great speed by OmnipotZ, and he's coming closer to DexteR. DexteR who goes a bit... DexteR almost flying off right there. Was able to stabilize, but he lost some speed right there. OmnipotZ up to 1st place again. Now the slide, very important. OmnipotZ gets it really well. Gets good speed and a tight line. So that looks pretty good for OmnipotZ. But DexteR will have a low speed. Oh god, OmnipotZ with very low speed. DexteR might actually go for the overtake mid-air. He's gonna get it, and he gets it! What a comeback by DexteR, and he passes OmnipotZ by 200ths of a second. Holy fuck. What a comeback by DexteR. Unbelievable ending right there. And OmnipotZ, I think he went too tight and lost a lot of his speed, which shouldn't have happened. DexteR up to 5-3. What an end. Holy moly. That must hurt for OmnipotZ though. That must hurt, having the lead and then getting sniped on the very last meter. DexteR again with that last micrometer, nanometer at the exit of that that left-hander. Jesus. These people are killing me. DexteR in the lead. By only 1100 still. DexteR with a little bit less speed as well. Goes for that tight line. OmnipotZ opting for more speed. He's coming a little bit closer, but it's not quite enough yet. Last turn. Once again, will OmnipotZ return what DexteR gave him in the previous round? I don't think it will happen right here. Nope. DexteR will get it. 51.7. Great time by DexteR. And OmnipotZ with a 0.9. DexteR match point coming up with a 6-3 lead on map 2. OmnipotZ needs to win 3 rounds again. We have had this similar thing on map 1. So kind of a deja vu for OmnipotZ. This is gonna be extremely decisive for the French player right now. Focusing OmnipotZ, who is in a very tight battle right now. 0.02 of a second at the previously passed checkpoint. This is really, really close. OmnipotZ with a great platform turn. DexteR didn't really hit it all too well. So DexteR finding himself in the back right now. Second place for DexteR, more than a 10th behind. Is OmnipotZ gonna keep himself alive in this tournament with this round? Super close to the wall by OmnipotZ. DexteR 0.2 behind. There's no way DexteR's gonna catch it up unless OmnipotZ messes up that ending again. But that looks good this time. OmnipotZ going very close to the walls, and that's gonna be a good time as well. OmnipotZ clocks in a 0.6. Exactly when it matters. OmnipotZ, the man with the balls, keeps himself in the tournament. 6-4. Great time by OmnipotZ. Less than 0.2 of a second away from the world records. Next match point for DexteR. He still has some chances, and he knows that OmnipotZ needs to push it. It worked out in the previous round. Will it work out again? Right now, it is DexteR with a small advantage. OmnipotZ not even less than a car length behind. DexteR, however, with an insane platform section. OmnipotZ lost a little bit of time right there, so he needs to push it to the boundaries now. OmnipotZ needs to push it. Oh, DexteR with a terrible exit, and DexteR is actually losing it right there. DexteR with a really weird line, but he's actually able to stabilize somehow. So this is going to come down to the last turn. OmnipotZ versus DexteR in the last turn. Who's going to get it better? OmnipotZ will have the better angle, but DexteR with more speed, but he hits. OmnipotZ is still in. 51.9. Holy fucking tits. This is insane. TrackMania eSport at its best. Great save by DexteR after that really weird exit. He was able to stabilize, but that ending was a bit too much. 6-5. Will OmnipotZ enforce tennis mode? Oh. OmnipotZ hitting the first available wall. Is that how it's gonna end? DexteR has a 0.6 lead, but we know that DexteR risks if he's on a good time. And he might be on a good time, and maybe he's gonna make a mistake, and this is exactly what... Oh no, but OmnipotZ with another mistake, he retires, and he's out. GG, DexteR will be our first grand finalists in the Man vs. Man Winter 2019. GG. Great effort by OmnipotZ, he almost had it. And then it had to happen like this. That sucks, but that's how it is. GG to DexteR. Very nice match nonetheless.